Right now, here's the state of the investigation at 9:40 Eastern Time. Law enforcement believes that they have a single alleged shooter who is now deceased. That individual, that name that they have, is being kept very close to this investigation. They are in the process of trying to get any other information about this person's motives, their background, that they can get, and then to be able to figure out where this investigation goes. Of course, they want to rule out whether or not this individual had any help. They want to rule out what may have led up to this. And of course, long term, Lester, there'll be an analysis of the security plan for this site. The security plan going forward for the former president will undoubtedly change radically, I'm sure effective immediately. And so that will be a big change at various rally sites. And then there'll be a look into, was there anything about this individual that could have been looked at further? Did anybody know if they had any sort of knowledge of this in advance? So those are all the things that are happening literally as we speak. We do know that the FBI was requested by the U.S. Secret Service to investigate this, and that call was obviously taken, and the FBI is very much involved, along with the local U.S. Attorney's Office. And they will go through and get the necessary warrants for the property of this individual and anybody known to them. And the question is, obviously, where did things come from and when, and was this person picked up in the moments beforehand? We're a little bit more cautious in this day and age, not that we never were, but we're a little more cautious in this day and age with deep fake videos, with AI generated videos and images that we really try to do to the best of our human ability, an exhaustive effort to make sure that things that are floating around online or are sent to us are in fact accurate and are not some sort of machine generated image. The images you are looking at are most certainly not. And it should be pointed out that there's a number of photographers that are part of the press pool who took these photographs, and as well as the video that we've seen, and that those individuals obviously were potentially in harm's way as well, but not as much, obviously, as the Secret Service agents who rushed to surround the former president and make sure that if there were any other shots that were fired, that it would hit those Secret Service agents and not Trump.
All right, Tom, thanks for that update. When you are able to show us those images you mentioned earlier, just let us know and we'll go back to you.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from
that guy on the roof? 100%. That was an eyewitness there on the ground. His account being shared with our partners at the BBC. That being amplified, that exact message being amplified around the world, that at the very high-profile political event in Pennsylvania today, an event that Donald Trump himself tried to draw attention to, saying he had big news to announce, that an individual there saw a man with a rifle go into position. He told the BBC he tried to bring that to the attention of law enforcement on the ground. He referred to them as police, not exactly sure whether he meant local police or Secret Service, but he said there was a failure to act as he saw a clear threat, at least in his view.